been talking too much. I've got a cough drop in my mouth. It's delicious. Why are cough drops delicious? What is this video about? Oh yeah, I've made a lot of videos for GeekCon because I've been doing some work for GeekCon this year, but I didn't make a video for Tech Syndicate. So now that I've made all the GeekCon videos, I want to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about, and we're only going to focus on a few different things. Let's start off with the laptops because yes, GeekCon, I got laptops, and they're special. See right here? Look how thin that is. Someone volunteered to hold this for me, I guess. Good timing. This is the X14 Pro, and this is special for many different reasons. We'll start off with the first thing. It's magnesium alloy, and it's so lightweight. 2.2 pounds, 999 grams for everyone in the civilized world. It's got this soft touch coating. Magnesium is kind of gritty, but it's magnesium alloy. But you know, they got a soft. It feels good. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. First thing for everyone in our audience, right over here on the side, that is a physical switch for the webcam. It turns off the webcam hardware, so there you go. If you want to make sure that nobody's watching you. All right, the screen, let's talk about this. It is an OLED, but it's not just an OLED, it's 120 hertz, and it's a special resolution. All right, 2880 by 1800, there we go. So why is that so special to me? Well, if you're just using the desktop, it's going to be nice and crispy and all that. You have to do 200% scaling, but if you run this at half resolution, that's 1440 by 900, and for a 14-inch screen, 1440 by 900 is amazing for gaming because you can play your games twice as fast, essentially. It's also going to be more performant when you compare it to like a 1080p laptop, so I feel like this is an amazing choice for a screen because 1440 by 900, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all my gaming like that. And you can sit back a little bit. I was running some tests, like Valley and stuff, just to see how I would look at 1440 by 900 because the scaling is perfect since it's half. It looks awesome. So, yeah. It also has the Intel Arc. I didn't talk about the processors. It's the Ultra 5 125H and also the Ultra 9 185H. Yes, Intel. Usually not that excited about Intel, but these are extremely power efficient. And with the Arc graphics, I think you can argue that the Intel might be a little bit ahead when it comes to performance per watt with all this stuff, but the Arc graphics is actually really fast. We're talking like AAA games if you're going to be running that resolution I was talking about. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll let you see the rest of the stuff. They've got 32 gigabytes of RAM on the inside of these right now, but they didn't post the RAM on here because there are a few billionaire assholes who think they own everything, taking all the RAM. So I don't know, it'd be a shame if anything happened to their data centers. Anyway, oh yeah, take a look at this. That's the keyboard. Control and function are in the correct spot. That's very important to me. But it's just, it feels good. The hinge on this feels good. Also, one finger test right here. Ready? Look at that. Yes, it doesn't rock. It doesn't, ready? There we go. Yes, it feels so good. And that's because it's so lightweight. The body is really lightweight. The screen is lightweight. And over here on our 16-inch model, this is the X16 Pro. Now these are a little bit different. One corner's been cut, and that is that instead of using an OLED screen, we've got an IPS screen, and it's running 2560 by 1440. You can still run that at half resolution, but at 16 inches, it won't look quite as crispy as this. So you're cutting that corner, but also, making the screen bigger, which makes things easier to see. So if you're doing editing on the go or doing some productivity work on the go, you might want to lean toward a bigger screen. Still 120 hertz, still looks really pretty, and we also have an upgraded keyboard right here with the full-size number pad over here on the side. When it comes to closing up your webcam, physical. There we go. So there's that. On the other side over here, we have some stuff that may or may not be for sale. They're going to see how the first ones do, then figure out what they're going to do with these. Those are going to be coming out very soon, the Intel versions. These are AMD versions. They do have AMD versions of these. They have aluminum bodies, which is heavier, like 1,700 grams versus 1,200 grams for the 16-inch model. And then the 14-inch model is 1,400 grams versus 999 grams. So you can feel the difference. It feels like a normal laptop. So GeekOM, if you're listening, I would love some of these AMD parts, in that magnesium alloy body. But I don't even know if it'll be as fast because the end is efficient. So we'll have to see what we get when it comes to the AMD options. Here's the Ryzen AI 9 465 with the Radeon 880M. This is a beast of a laptop. Again, it's a little bit heavier than the other one, but yeah, this is beastly. So anyway, that's the laptops. Other new stuff, I've showed this off in a few of the GeekCon videos, but if you didn't see those, well, I'm going to show it off again. This is the A7 Max. If you saw my A7 video a while back, you'll know that this is, you know, technology that's been around for a while. It's a Ryzen 9 7940HS and a 780M. So why am I excited about technology that's over a year old? Well, because the price to performance ratio is going to be ridiculous. And this is a new product with that old stuff. Doesn't have the AI stuff or whatever, doesn't have all that, which I don't care about. I'm paying for extra silicon that just sits there and doesn't do anything, because if you're not doing AI stuff and you have an integrated GPU, sometimes the AI processor will do stuff that the GPU would do, like when you're browsing web and stuff. If you have GPU acceleration turned on, well, if you've got a Radeon integrated, like a 780M, that's going to be doing the heavy lifting. So if you had an APU here, or whatever APU, whatever they call them, AI processor, it would just be sitting there doing nothing for most of us. This one doesn't have that, so you're cutting that corner, saving money right there. And it's the Max because it's got 4 USB in the front as opposed to 2. 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports in the back. It's loaded. Got an extra 2242 slot under the hood. If you want to install a second DIMM.2, you can do all that. So we got all their mini PCs on display. The booth looks really nice as well, upgraded from last year. And then the last thing I'm going to show you, this other new one. You know, a lot of the entry-level stuff is featuring like the Intel N100, N150 or something like that. But this one is entry-level with AMD. It's got the R5 7530U, so that means it's going to be a lot faster. These are much faster CPUs, and you know, you can play your emulators on here. It's got the Vega 8 graphics. Someone turn it off. What's going on here? You can put up to 64 gigabytes of memory in this, but it is just tiny. Did Windows Update happen or something? What's going on? I think someone turned it off. Anyway, it's also got 2.5 gigabit Ethernet and a tiny footprint. So there you go. You've got A9 Max. And one last thing I want to show you. These people would get the hell out of my way. And here it is, the beastly A9 Mega. Why is it so big and beastly? Look at the size difference here. There we go. Yeah, this is so big that it's almost doesn't feel like a mini PC. It's borderline, I don't know, small form factor, I guess, would be like the different, like mini PC, small form factor, mini tower, mid tower, I don't know. 8060S is the graphics card, which will give you desktop performance. The CPU on this is the Ryzen AI Max Plus 395. Now, this one is not something I've covered. It's like a $2,000 computer. It performs about like a $2,000 computer. It'll go head to head with a lot of desktop computers and stuff. It does have LP DDR5X at 8,000 megahertz. You can get it with up to 128 gigabytes, but this is integrated onto the board. It's like soldered on there. So that's another thing that's interesting about this CPU. On the back here, you can see we've got 2 ports. I think they're 2.5, but let's see. I don't see it. You know what? Let's take a look here. We got hardware info up and running, right? The light theme. How does anyone even read this? System information right here. 2 of the Realtek RTL8125. So those are both 2.5 gigabit. And we also have Wi-Fi 7. It's the MediaTek MT7925. So I haven't had a chance to test this. I wanted to show you. It is beastly. There it is, the A9 Mega. I'm not sure if I would get this or build my own computer. Maybe, I don't know. Because it's at that price point where it's like, maybe? But yeah, I'm especially curious to know what you think of all of the laptops. It's the sound of a thing that's in my mouth. Deal with it. All right, everybody.